Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs, quick wit, no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Bad boys a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Hey everybody, Matt Michaels and Rob Bossoleri here on the Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. Sin City Steve is off pounding his 9-inch nails up in Seattle.
You're being generous.
I am. I know.
He wouldn't be single if that were the case.
That's right. He's it's definitely a full 3. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna do some stuff a little differently because we're not just gonna talk about the regular, matches, shows, blah blah blah. Because there was a lot of different news going on this week, and starting right here, a few days ago, WWE officially removed Karrion Kross and Scarlett to the alumni section of the website. Kross and Scarlett's contracts expire today. It looks like both of them have been let go by WWE. That was the first thing. Then breaking, Karrion Kross says goodbye to WWE in an extremely detailed and heartbreaking video. Following are some of the main highlights. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to be here in WWE forever. Guys like Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, I grew up with these, but I want to be with what you guys want me to be, and that's important. I don't think people understand. I genuinely want to be there, but I'm not going to beg. The last conversation we had, though, it was very upsetting because I feel like it wasn't even a real one, to be honest. When it comes to the "We Want Kross" chants, I was told by certain people not to ever acknowledge it, and it felt wrong to me. I want to do my thing under the premise of being fair, and I don't personally think that's wrong. There's no real certainty in life, and tomorrow isn't guaranteed. I would love to stay with WWE and finish my career there, but my relationships with the fans is almost treated like a problem, and that's not good feeling, like it's being rebellious. You can't ignore the audience and act like they're not part of this and that a certain group doesn't matter. It pisses them off and makes them upset. R-Truth recently pulled me aside and said, "You haven't won any titles on the main roster, but the title you did win is the title from the people when they choose you." Now, that right there is fucking real. And that was Kross on his YouTube. Some more highlights of that YouTube video. This time around was the most collaborative experience that he had on the main roster. Kross says the promo on Sam Roberts' podcast was a work. Kross reveals that he expressed interest in being a producer, but his main focus is his in-ring career. Kross says one of the ideas Wyndham, Bray Wyatt, had was the Righteous and himself being an extension of the Wyatts with a different name. Kross confirmed he attempted to try to start a contract renewal back in January of this year. They didn't seem too interested until recently, but even then, the conversation I had recently didn't even seem like a serious one. He wants to stay with WWE, and all of what we just said here. Again, Karrion Kross revealed that it was Logan Paul who pushed the backstage idea of Kross getting involved in his match against AJ Styles at Mania. Again, Kross said on his Twitter, "Hey, life is fighting, right? Accepting bookings now. Business at killercross.com. See you all again soon." Scarlett, same thing. "My time in WWE has been an incredible ride, and I can truly say that it's been the best locker room I've ever been part of. These people aren't just coworkers, they're family. I love you all, and I'll deeply miss seeing you every week." To the fans, "You've never just been a crowd You've been our partners in every fight and the reason we give everything for this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. The next chapter starts now, and I'm ready to bring something unforgettable to any stage, anywhere, if the world, if you want. Uh, this somehow want this on the show.
The
Uh,
smoke show. If you want the smoke show on
okay,
her
yeah,
on your show, that was
yeah,
her
let's
old
make it
TNA gimmick.
happen. Yeah. Then we got a picture here of Cross, Scarlett, and Shotzi. Scarlett said, going to take a few days to go through booking inquiries. My first stop is this weekend with Shotzi at Midsummer Scream. Can't wait to see everyone. And finally, Cross is the We Want Cross is now the #1 trend in the United States. So there you go. A lot of buzz, a lot of interest. Is it a work?
Oh, fuck yeah. And there's one dead giveaway that it's a work. The idea that he keeps putting out there that he's available for bookings when usually WWE has a 3-month non-compete clause, and he's already putting out feelings for bookings now. That gives me the indication that it's a work. Also, WWE wants to inflate the value of the guy, and they know if they pull the money away, so to speak, if they put you on the fish hook, you're gonna go chasing after it. You're gonna go follow this guy wherever he goes, and then when he makes a big grand entrance at Paris, you're gonna lose your minds. We will lose our minds. They want to inflate this guy. The problem was they never had anyone for him to really work with. I don't know if he's had chemistry with any other wrestler until recently. I think he's over his acting ability is greater than that of some of the other WWE talent, which makes it hard for them to find somebody that he could be charismatic with and have chemistry with.
Now, Scoop makes the point here. The 90-day would be only if they are released. If the contract lapses, they are free day one. So, of course, yeah, there's no compete clause if the contract lapses. However, that brings up the other aspect, and that is, why couldn't he take bookings then?
That's correct. If his contract lapsed, then obviously he's going to, shoot out of the cannon. But
so wait. So let's think about what have they been doing recently? They've been allowing people like Natalia, Cross, various people on the roster to work with the indies, to work Barnett's show. What if that is kind of the idea? Use him in going to the indies, generating the buzz, and kind of bringing people in that way, almost as if they're experimenting with something they've never tried before. And that is having someone who is not under contract with a handshake in place to go through the book tour, to do what he needs to do, and then eventually to come back.
A Becky Lynch type move, as a la last year.
Sure, yeah, in some sense, yeah, that's not a bad way to put it. Now the funny thing is how many AEW fans can't wait to see him in AEW. He's gonna be so fucking good.
No, he would get lost in the shuffle there. There is a logjam going on right now at AEW. You got the same 5 or 6 guys swirling around. It's not horrible, but that's a conversation for later.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, but it's again very trending, and that is very interesting. Before we move on here, we got some of these people here who have passed away, the wrestling legends in the last year. And the reason I bring that up is because today would have been Hulk Hogan's 72nd birthday. Nick posted, "Happy birthday, Dad. I love you. I miss you more than anything. I wish we could have celebrated together today, but I know you're with me always." And of course, a little picture here of the Fonz
Henry
and Hulk
Winkler.
Hogan in the late 80s. But got to bring that up now so we can
Oh Lord.
drink a fine, real American beer in memory of Hulk Hogan and his 72nd birthday.
Fucking- It's weird seeing that commercial. It's really awkward seeing that commercial now. What happens to his freestyle wrestling promotion?
Good question, because it was supposed to start up at the end of this month, I think. I haven't heard anything. There hasn't been any whispers, so we'll see. One thing that Scoop brought up is that Cross hates Don Callis, and that's because of and it says as long as Callis is in AEW, you'll never see Cross or Scarlett around him. And that's because of what Callis said in TNA about Scarlett, and yeah, not a great thing. So the idea of him going to TN or going to AEW, I don't know. However, he is friends with Moxley, so we might see that. All right. So on Friday, speaking of friends, our truth says, "You
Oh my
back?
God.
You really back? If you back, I'm back. We back. Oh, we back, baby. We back, dogs." And I mean, this whole
They did the
exchange,
Bugs Bunny routine.
it did the whole mirror, and then the idea that Cena put it on Truth as if he was the one acting weird and called out that kid in Germany. And oh my God, it was pure brilliance. So Rob, RIP for you and all the Art Killing fans, because Ron Killings is
Yes.
officially done.
Yeah, that's look, not happy with that. They had an opportunity to give him one run. They decided not to, but at the end of the day, he also has to decide not to.
Right.
If he's looking at this going, I'm 55, what the fuck, what am I going to do? I got to be at full steam ahead for a whole year at 55. Nah. I can see that being a problem. So, fuck it. Fuck it. It is what it is. It was a loss. Let's not get it twisted. If they would have gone unique with him, I feel the way about Ron Killings the same way as I feel about Karrion Kross. You have guys there with latent talent that aren't being utilized. And if you think Karrion Kross is undervalued, or he was with some bad pairings, you were right. If you think Ron Killings could have been more than just a stooge, you're right. But that also requires a lot more physical energy and investment of time and money and everything else. So I don't know. He's like in some weird Titus O'Neil-esque area, gray area, where he's talent, but he's also kind of there to put other people over.
Yeah,
And
I mean, at this point, he's the thing is that because of his age, and because of the fact that, again, look at the roster, it's just stacked, right? So
well, all three major promotions are stacked. TNA is stacked, NXT is stacked, WWE's one, and even AEW is stacked. There's too many people in both of them, or all of them.
Right. So we need to start a new company.
Hey, Maple Leaf Wrestling, man.
No, we do.
Oh, okay.
I think that we should start a company, the Bad Boys of Wrestling. No women, just the Bad Boys of Wrestling.
Bad Boys of Wrestling would be bow down to where the best wrestle. Bow down.
We can get little Bow Wow as the commissioner.
Well, he's not little anymore. He's like 33 or some shit,
No, we're getting little Bow Wow. Fuck that. I don't want the old Bow Wow. I want little one. We'll get him.
All right. Okay.
He's there. Speaking of celebrities, Cena is taking on Logan Paul for Clash in Paris.
What the hell is
Yeah.
this?
What do you
What
mean?
the fuck is this? Well, how did SummerSlam end? Blam, 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 blam. So I already know one of two things is going to happen. Either he's going to screw up the match along the way and interrupt, or he's going to show up at the very last bloody second of Cena's like last 2 weeks. Why am I being shown Logan Paul versus John Cena when I was promised Brock frickin' Lesnar?
No. I have no problem with this, and I'll tell you why. The flip makes sense now. They put him back face so that we can see him against a guy like Logan Paul, right? A younger guy. You'll probably see maybe, I don't know, maybe, well, since he's working with Logan, maybe Drew at some point here. He's only got a few left. So, you're probably going to see him work a couple of the younger heels. And then Brock might be the last match, man, which would be the end of the story for Brock and
I'm not angry at Cena.
Mark.
I'm not angry at Logan Paul. Logan Paul versus Cena is a great pairing. You have the egos, you have the merch. There's so many different ways you can go with it. The problem that I've had with Brock Lesnar is he's so goddamn lazy and he only shows up at pay-per-views. It throws everything out of whack. It creates an imbalance.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at this stat. Brock Lesnar has attacked only John Cena every time he returned to the WWE. 2012, returned after 8 years and attacked Cena. 2021, returned after, was that 1.5
year and
years?
a half.
Yeah, and targeted Cena. 25, back after 2 years, went straight for Cena. So, it's a continuing trend, man. And
it is, but
if anything, remember, this is what Cody made Cena look like.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was
So
this week.
So seeing, Logan Paul and Cena, it makes sense too since they were tagging on main event. I think that's a great thing, and also gives Logan Paul a little more fodder. Paul, again, just being brilliant. Logan Paul says he's tired of celebrities appearing in WWE and taking spots away from others. No more celebrities, no more outsiders, no more Bad Bunnies, no more Jelly Rolls. I'm about to even say no more Cardi B. Listen, I just met her, but I promise if she tries to wrestle, bro, we're going to have some major problems. Genius.
It's so good. So good.
Genius.
So good.
And with that, that brings you to the flip of Jelly Roll had this amazing quote. I could tell celebrities didn't care. I could tell they pulled up, walked in the back door, walked through Gorilla, did their promo, walked through the back door, and got in their car. And every time I've showed up for an event, the first day, Neil Lowy, I guess, was at Raw. I go, Neil, what time does the show start? He's like, doors open at 6, goes live at 7. I was like, what time can I come? He was like 5:30. I was like, what do the wrestlers do before that? And he told me, and I was like, I can come for that. And he was like, you'd have to come like noon. I was like, I'll be there. I was there from noon to 10 or 11 o'clock. Now that is what a celebrity should be doing. That's fucking awesome, man. I think, this
the
guy,
work ethic was there. We've saw it with Bad Bunny. We've seen it with a lot of celebrities over the years. And they respect it. And I respect it even more that he didn't want to just take an automatic W.
Yeah. And by the way, remember too, the guy is touring. So he's going from, 3 shows on a weekend back to Florida to get in the fucking ring. It's crazy what he was doing. It's amazing,
He earned the respect of everyone, and that's even more important than the W. He showed determination, heart, and all of that, and it was respectable. Now, did I think Bad Bunny was more impressive in the ring? They gave him some better spots. but they made a better story with Jelly Roll.
Sure.
There was more action. What's what I'm looking for? More suspense, more drama with the way Jelly Roll performed it. He did a better job overall.
Yeah. So, speaking of respect, here's a guy that probably doesn't get a lot of respect because of shit like this. Brian Alvarez personally gave CM Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam 1.75 stars, saying that Punk looked half dead for most of the match. It's almost like the whole story of the match was Gunther, the brutal, menacing heel, beating the shit out of Punk, then getting too arrogant about it and losing. Do these so-called wrestling journalists like Alvarez and Meltzer not understand that wrestling matches are supposed to tell a story and not just a bunch of flashy moves and finisher kickouts? Yeah, that was the story, wasn't it? I mean, I think it was pretty evident since that's what you said the story was. What a fucking retard. Uh-oh, sorry, said the R word.
These guys now are. It's like they're kayfabing their own journalistic careers, where they have to go out of their way to say negative shit because that's their brand now.
Yeah.
It's their brand. Oh, I have to be a jerk off. Why? Why do you have to be a jerk off? I could sit here and go, Fragile Phil, don't care for him. He gets injured a lot. I'm not criticizing the match. I'm criticizing the person. What he did was he sold the fact that Gunther is a fucking brick shithouse and he's savage. He did the job. Now, if they did it like the old Ren and Stimpy cartoon where they're all wrestlers and then the two guys go, it's time to throw the match, and you see Punk not putting up any resistance, and all of a sudden the other guy does a Ric Flair fall to his face, that would be different. We didn't get that.
Yeah.
We got openings where Punk exploited, and that was fine. That was fine.
And he won the match, right? So the story you were telling was this guy was a big bully and the little guy won the match. It makes sense. But
you get storytelling, and he also made his promise. He kept his promise to all of his fans. So it works on so many levels.
Right. And that brings us to this guy. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE's decision to bring back Brock Lesnar indeed opens the door for the possible return of Vince McMahon's on-screen character. Meltzer noted that McMahon may be back imminently, hinting that discussions are already underway. One major fact fueling this is that John Cena, who reportedly wants McMahon involved in his current storyline or farewell run, with Lesnar already reinstated into the mix, the idea of McMahon returning to TV seems more likely than ever. WWE might be setting the stage for another classic character to come back, potentially tying into high-stakes story involving Cena and Lesnar. Can you literally, just legitimately say that this is an example of I'm going to print bullshit and say bullshit to get people trending about it, talking about it, going to the website, listening to the show so I make money?
I watched a video today, and it was a video critiquing the 1989 cinematic Batman release. And
you can critique that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And in the course of the video, it was repeated 3 times. And back in 1989, the studio received many, many complaints about Michael Keaton casted as the role of Batman. But he kept repeating it. And it was a half-hour thing. And then I realized, all right, this is AI. But it's sloppy. It's sloppy. I'm getting to the point with these dirt sheets that you see these things and you're going, this is AI. This is AI. There is no fucking way in hell that if you are a fan of wrestling, that you're giving out such predictable, sloppy answers and critiques and responses and headlines. It's just shit. And
I mean, could Meltzer be as dumb as AI?
Dumber. But hey, look, we're at a time when everyone gets an opinion, right? Everyone has a say. Everyone throws stuff out there. Then the guys who run these companies have to pay attention and figure out how to still keep kayfabe, if that even matters, and produce a product that's going to bring asses into seats. So how do you do that? How do you square away with what's the real audience response and what's AI now? It's almost like there's a third member of the audience now. There's us, there's the people who work behind scenes, and then there's AI trying to analyze what is really the audience response and the value of the product that we're watching. And then if you're in the back writing this shit, you got to go, well, is that a real thing from the IWC, or is it some bad chat GPT analysis? It's really odd now, the times we live in.
Well, speaking of, here was someone's take. Can we have an honest talk about Sami Zayn? Been doing the same underdog gimmick for years, brings his shitty politics into wrestling, wins matches he shouldn't. He's not enjoyable to watch in 2025. What do you think about that? Speaking of possible robots writing shit.
Well, here's the thing. They're not wrong. You cannot be the underdog forever. What was his most unique thing that he had done? That was a departure, was when he was the conspiracy theorist guy.
Sure.
And it was different. It wasn't the honest and earnest Sami Zayn. It was just, I'm a lunatic. And then he converted that into the bloodline and et cetera, and he comes full circle. Same thing with Ding Dong. And now we're getting, we get this Bailey, who went from being the hugger to being a bitch to being a role model to going back to trying to come full circle to who she was. And it's boring. And at least they're writing some stories a la tonight where we go, oh, all right, maybe we get a departure. Sami Zayn is consistently flatline.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. But obviously that person threw in the politics aspect of it too, which, is just totally fucking.
I don't think there's politics here. The guy is Syrian. He doesn't like what's going on in the Middle East. He has his opinion.
But he shoves it down our throat. You remember that promo about Syria he did? Never.
Right. He has Palestinian colored ring attire. That's it. That's it. And he's got the beard and he's got the long hair. And when he came out, he wore a Kangol cap and he had a haircut. That's the difference between Sami Zayn then and now.
Yeah, I always thought he was Irish because he has red hair. So,
yeah. Either way,
I thought he was going to be part of like the IRA.
No. They've ironed on a Riyadh, Saudi Arabia patch on the back of his ass, and this way, when he's around there, they know that it's Riyadh season. And don't forget about the boxing. Don't forget about Clash. Don't forget about Crown Jewel.
Well, let's think about this one. There's reportedly talk of having 2 WrestleManias in 1 year, with one taking place in Saudi Arabia. Those in Saudi Arabia reportedly believe that WrestleMania will take place in the country in 2027, and they're pushing for The Rock to headline the show. WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, but not WrestleMania, a second WrestleMania, or as you could call it, Crown Jewel.
Here's the thing with the Saudis, I would not put it past them to go, like, please, come on, Paul, Nick. Okay, we paid you billions of dollars. Okay, we keep your show afloat. We want WrestleMania. Yeah, but we've got it in Vegas, dude, and then we're gonna do it in Vegas the 3rd and 4th year, man. No. I make charges and people disappear. Okay, I take out bad people, bury them in the sands. You make the second WrestleMania. You call this Crown WrestleMania, Crown Jewel WrestleMania. Please, you do it. Go. Take Golden Jet back with Trump. Go. I like that deal. 2 WrestleManias in East America. That's what we're calling Saudi Arabia. We're calling it Saudi America. We like that. WrestleMania, Crown Jewel, Saudi America. It's happening. Believe it.
WrestleMania's crown jewels. Does
It,
sound kind of like a porn.
it sounds amazing. It sounds terrific. It's a fantastic idea. It's one of the greatest ideas. Linda McMahon came up with it. I said, why is your last name still McMahon? But we're looking into that. We're looking into that.
Yeah, she sounds kind of uneducated to me, but
In
all
the
right.
weed.
So breaking UFC TKO news. UFC has now agreed to a 7-year, $7.7 billion exclusive America media rights deal with Paramount. This means that all UFC events will stream on Paramount Plus and select events airing on CBS. Paramount Plus will not charge their viewers any additional fees, effectively eliminating the UFC pay-per-view model, which I still don't know if that's true, because will UFC still offer pay-per-views? That really isn't clear. It seems like you can see everything else on this, but I have a hard time believing that you're going to pay.
We live in Las
Paramount Plus
Vegas.
for that.
We live in Las Vegas. And when I first came here as a tourist in 99, every slot machine was a quarter. And we all know that. You plopped the quarter in. And then they made penny slots where you literally pumped pennies in. And then they went to tickets and they said, these are still penny slots, but your minimum credits are 75 credits, which means it's 75 cents for one spin. What they will do is they will go, oh, yeah, it's all rolled in. It's all rolled in. And then they'll wait until the last vestiges of regular Cox cable type, IO cable, if you're on the East Coast, Time Warner, whatever your provider is gone. And then they'll go, all right, now that you're effectively only paying us for streaming, we're going to have a special offer. This is such a premium match against Canelo Alvarez that to see it, you're going to have to pay $25, a nominal rate, to unlock the premium content. But wait, we've been paying all along. Okay, well, if you want access to all of the premium events, then you'll get the gold package of streaming, which will be an extra $50 a month. But that will give you full access to the premium matches. It will go full circle. It's a drug deal. We're going to get you in. Wait till you get comfortable with that and then pull the rug out from under you.
So my takeaway from that is you like Cox.
I mean, I like Cox. The cable's thick. It's girthy. It's usually copper. It brings a lot of electricity, a lot of downstream and upstream, and
What's your favorite type? Is it the thick black cable, or is it the thin long white cable?
Well, the thin long white cable usually has better connection because it's of better value. But when that black one works, it works really well.
Yeah, I agree. It's sometimes it's a pain in the ass though when you got the Cox, and they're just kind of, especially
when there's loss of connection. Yeah, when that connectivity is not there and it just drops, that's the worst.
No, that's when you have sloppy Cox. And it's
and you don't want sloppy Cox at 3 a.m, especially when you're watching porn.
No, or drinking a nice, refreshing, real American beer. Say your prayers, take your vitamins, do your training, and drink your real American beer, kids.
You also said you forgot to add in and do your steroids.
Vitamins.
Yeah. Hey, there's brains in that, so it's good for you.
Update: TNA and AAA possibly moving to Peacock. WWE's move to ESPN in 2026 marks the end of PLEs on Peacock, but it doesn't mean Peacock is leaving the wrestling business. Sources say WWE and TKO are supporting TNA Wrestling's push for a $10 million streaming deal with Peacock as a frontrunner. With the multi-year NXT and TNA crossover already active, this gives NBC Universal a cost-effective replacement as WWE shifts to ESPN. TNA's talks with Peacock aren't just about distribution. They're about repositioning. As WWE exits, TNA steps in. Quietly, NBCU is laying the groundwork for a new pipeline through TNA and AAA Lucha Libre. So, speaking of Cox, here you have the Peacock, and would that be a good thing? And how many people cut their cocks off for the ESPN package.
I need to be Steve now and go, you know what, man? Oh, man. I'm watching a whole 9-incher right now, and you're doing all these sex puns. The more I see all the mergers, and not mergers, but maybe mergers going on, you quickly begin to realize why Scott D'Amore was given the heave-ho. They knew this was coming down the pike, and this guy was probably like, hey, man, we're a mom and pop, corporation. We're not bye.
We're a wrestling company. That's, that was the thing. We're a wrestling company.
We need to succeed. This is success. And it's succession, where we go beyond the bingo halls. We wanted to grow. Now we're in line to be WWE affiliated, maybe one day purchased by WWE and made an offshoot of NXT. I'm hoping they don't do NXTNA. That was always a joke, but
well, I mean, and what they really could do, Rob, and you never thought of this, is NXT NAAA. Right?
More A's, more asses, more action. Oh my God.
It's the next generation of tits and ass lucha libre style.
Total nonstop asses. Look, you need to get
what did you say about our show?
You need to bring up was Don West and get him back there. They'll just do AI Don West to promote.
Dig up the corpse of Don West. Everybody, it's time to get yourself a big TNS's t-shirt.
Yep.
Total asses.
Yep, and where's Mike today? Where is he? What nursing home is he in?
He's here in Vegas somewhere. So he lives here.
He was good. The professor. He was
good.
Was.
I think Mike actually is probably, at the point where he's up there in age and doesn't do anything public.
I can't imagine. He was a little older back then, 10, 15 years ago. But he was great.
He was only 35 then, Rob.
No, I mean, the TNA up until recently, they haven't had consistently good commentators. Josh was okay, Josh Matthews. Yeah. But I like who they have now. The Drama King is okay.
That's
Matt Raywald's good. He has a good chemistry. They have a rhythm going on in TNA, and they have good storytelling, and they have good matches, and it's an enjoyable product, and that's what it needs to maintain. They need to maintain. And I've said this before. One of the things I like about TNA is you could throw a woman in the ring with a guy, and they will sell. And my attitude with that is a training method, if anything. It's like, hey, you really have to really have to put it out there that you can take bumps, that you could throw a punch, that you have some abilities and finishers. And if you do a really convincing enough match with a guy where you're executing the moves and it does not look mechanical and it doesn't look like you're doing a botch fest, those are one of the things about TNA. To me, that's performing at a higher level than some of the other promotions. That's my opinion.
So basically, you just said that the guys carry the women so they look better, and
no, not always.
That's a pretty horrible take, man. That's kind of sexist there, buddy.
Oh my God! When Daivari, I think it was Daivari or whomever was wrestling Scarlett Bordeaux, she looked really good.
It was Disco
Inferno, but no, she also I wrestled an Indian wrestler. I remember it. It was Disco Inferno, yes, but there was also an Indian wrestler that she fought.
She might have been wrestling Raj. Very well could have been.
Which what's his name again?
Rohit.
Rohit Raju.
Yeah.
Yes, she did fight him, and it was good. She did a good job. Where's he wrestling now? Maple Leaf?
5th Street, I believe. Close to DJ where he is, making his money back for the WrestleMania tickets.
My friend, do you want Indian or fuzzy white slippers? Come on, please. Come on.
Here we go. SmackDown is having a huge crossover. WWE is planning a huge King of the Hill crossover episode on August 15th for SmackDown. The show will take place in Boston. It comes after a highly anticipated return of the series on Hulu. And looks like it's been 28 years since King of the Hill premiered, so our team set out to build a bespoke campaign celebrating the show's legacy and targeting viewers of the original series, while also making it feel fresh and modern for a whole new generation of fans. And I guess wrestling fans definitely were a target there. So that should be cool to see, being a fan of King of the Hill. Can't wait to see what Logan Paul has to say about Hank Hill showing up on the show and, not putting anyone over.
Bobby, nobody gonna grow better than me, Bobby. I tell you, I never cared for that show.
Yeah, God damn. You got a damn very thing, Rob. You don't like the show.
Oh no, Hank is back.
Hey, reportedly, the WWE is planning to produce a main roster PLE against AEW All Out 2025. Shocked?
Yeah, ain't gonna fucking happen.
Okay, so it, they'll probably run something against it. Whatever. By this point, who cares? I like this. Someone said, so AEW and TNM fans were paying $50 a month for AEW pay-per-view. And you have to have cable to watch AEW.
No, you guys say, so why is y'all outraged?
Any wrestling promotion you watch, y'all gonna have to pay streaming cable services or streaming app, unless you want buffering and freezing illegally streaming live. And to go to the point, AEW pay-per-view events like Double or Nothing typically cost $49.99. The price applies to purchases through platforms like Sling TV, Amazon Prime Video, Triller, YouTube, or Fubo. While they are available on Amazon Prime Video, they are not included in Prime subscription and must be purchased separately, according to Sports Illustrated. So all this bitching. Yeah, right? And that's the thing. All this bitching, and yet these motherfuckers are charging $50 for a pay-per-view. At least if you're paying $30 with ESPN, you can watch fucking, all the fucking sports they have, on their platform. So
no, I'm not gonna lie and act like I've never gone to watchwrestling.aeiouy, all those fucking, satellite sites. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I did it a couple of times and it buffers and buffers and buffers and buffers. So it's annoying. But if I'm dropping $50 for you guys, but I'm dropping $25 for WWE and I get to watch, anime afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Cody Rhodes, really quick, going into this, I think this was very interesting. Cody Rhodes says that Randy Orton and Seth Rollins will replace guys like The Undertaker as leaders of the WWE. Randy Orton, who's currently, I don't think Undertaker would dislike this, but really has become the Undertaker of the locker room. If there was a real problem in WWE, probably go to Randy or Seth. It's pretty interesting, that those guys have become locker room leaders.
Yeah, Randy Orton, and also I would say for the women, Bayley is definitely a locker room leader, and of course, Becky Lynch, I would imagine too, behind the scenes. Is I've seen the steel cage match at War Games, and you can literally see Becky and Naomi calling shots and calling spots. If you rewatch those matches, you can see where she's pointing, grabbing people, putting them in the right position.
There's a problem with Becky though, and it's that little fucking kid who's a fucking snitch. And that's the thing, this little fucking 3-year-old who's fucking telling their fucking teacher about everything that everyone does in the locker room because, my mommy is the locker room leader. That's a
So
problem.
one time this guy came in with a funny looking mustache and started touching all the women backstage. And they were sad, but then he gave them lots and lots of money.
We talking about Dominic? Oh man. Well, speaking of locker room leaders, these two jackasses aren't, but they say we're on a massive winning streak right now, and I'm not talking about wins and losses in the ring. Matt Jackson to Undisputed. Are they on a massive winning streak? And not talking about the ring, Rob.
It's weird because they're trying to repackage them.
I don't think they're talking. No, they're not talking about them. They're talking about the company.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
That's how absurd this is. That you didn't even fucking register it. You thought, oh, they're just talking about themselves. No, they're talking about the company and how fucking winning they are right now. It's like listening to Trump tell you that this company is the greatest company ever.
The All In was great, and then it was immediately followed up by Dinner Theater in a fucking room of 1,000 people. I could not have been more disappointed by that. I've said that. And then their last Dynamite was in a normal looking arena, a smaller one, but a normal looking one. Are they doing well? They're improving. Yeah. It's getting boring again. Kyle Fletcher with the belt. Boring. But then Don Callis comes out there and has do you have the picture of him with the belt? No. God.
I don't have the painting. Yeah, that painting that was presented. That was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a naked Kyle Fletcher with the belt being placed over his junk by a ripped out of his mind Don Callis, and somehow there's a floating screwdriver. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, it's funny, but the Don Callis family is a bunch of not even mid-carders. The family aren't even mid-carders. The belt holders are mid-carders. The rest of them are stooges. They're running guys. And with this kid, he has no mic skills whatsoever. He has good wrestling moves, but he's a little odd looking. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what to do with any of the guys in the Don Callis family. Kenny Omega is gone.
Neither do they.
Yeah, Kenny Omega is gone for the time being. Konosuke Takeshita.
Take a shitta? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Then you've got the Rainmaker. Wait.
No, the Rainmaker's, whatever he's doing. I don't even know.
Right. That's the thing. You have all these guys, and a lot of them with belts, not doing anything. And then you've got your fan favorites sitting in the back, not cutting promos, not really doing anything. You've got Mark Briscoe going, hey, don't worry, buddy. You'll get a shot at the title soon. Okay. And he leaves and goes off camera on Dynamite. And I went, you've got MJF kicked out of the Hurt business, the Hurt Syndicate, the Hurt affiliates. And I'm going, all right. So the only purpose that, for letting him in was so he can get the contract.
Okay. And you know what MVP has to say to you? No one hates professional wrestling more than professional wrestling fans. There you go, Rob. You hate pro wrestling because of that angle right there, because you're a fan.
Right before the pandemic, I got to see him at an open mic at Rebar. And my first thought was, wow, it's MVP. And then my second thought was, wow, his hair is really white. And then my third thought was, wow, wait a minute. What the hell is he doing at an open mic? All of these guys should thank their lucky stars that somebody's willing to point a camera at them.
Yeah.
And, if you're trying to use reverse psychology, that's like art imitating life or life imitating art. He talks shit to the fans with the idea that they're going to get pissed off and watch him.
Yeah. Well, speaking of someone imitating art, this guy, Tony Khan, says he has an idea of doing a golf tournament.
Oh, let me do this. Let me do this.
Yes,
Hold on.
please.
Okay. Hey, AEW crowd. Is Shivani standing behind me? Oh, yes, I am. This is one hell of a cut. This is a great promo, I tell you. All right. Okay. We've got a new golf tournament called Fairway to Heaven with a special Fairway to Hell edition of AEW Dynamite, then taking place in the same region the next day. I think it would be for a great cause, and it's a charity golf tournament, and it would be great for wrestling and wrestling fans. Hopefully, it would bring some new fans to golf and some new fans to wrestling. I want to have wrestlers and golfers and people and fans and people who like Jade Cargill participate for charity at Fairway to Heaven and have the charity golf tournament on Tuesday and then do Dynamite in the same city or same location or region or principality or zip code. And Wednesday, Fairway to Hell. And we've already got a sold out show with tickets still available on fairwaytoheavenhell.com. Get your tickets now for this sold out golfing show. Thank you. Back to you, Shivani. Wow, that's one hell of a golf show.
You know, the best thing about this is I'm hoping the charity would be like something regarding dying kids. And it's like, you know, the certain kids are featured on Fairway to Heaven, and then the other kids are featured on Fairway to Hell. You've got cancer, kid.
Oh, no. You've got to have Nigel McGuinness goes, you know, that this is a tough break for all these little clam diggers right now who've got 10 minutes left to live, and we're hoping for eagle after eagle because they might as well go out peacefully. If not, no anesthesia for you, kid. Tough luck. Them's the breaks. Back to you, Shivani.
Anesthesia, of course, is a new independent wrestler they threw in the ring against Mercedes Moné. Mercedes was asked about the difference between the AEW and WWE locker room. For me, it's night and day. When I'm around the girls, it just feels like such a community of wanting to make this place grow. There's a hunger because I feel like we still feel so underground and we want to make it like up here. So all these women have so much drive and passion. I could feel it. They fire me up. I want to be the best because they want to be the best. It feels so different. I don't want to say like, oh, WWE is bad or people are like egos, but it just feels like we're all trying to fight for something. We're trying to fight to make this the best. And I love people who have passion and hunger, which brings us to the question, does 8 belts Moné matter?
I was sleeping while you read that.
What a fucking bunch of bullshit.
She is not the champion because Toni Storm is still more over than she is. And she's not the champion because nobody wants to see Toni Storm chase it. Toni Storm is right where she needs to be. As for her belts, I don't know what they are. It looks like she went to a Target and grabbed.
Literally,
I know.
Literally, that's pretty much what she fucking did.
It looks like she went to that store in the mall that sells the Golden Knights jerseys with the black ones and the white ones, and then they have the officially licensed AEW WWE belts in the corner. I don't. Let me get some feedback or something.
That's Mercedes Moné. Just she's pissed, so she's jamming your circuit right now.
Oh no, that's the sound of her blowing the Beast Mortos. Yeah. Is it? Does it come out black? Black Taurus, black jizz. Look. Did I like when she was in Star Wars? Yeah. She didn't have a super, super great role, but she was cool and it was awesome. Did I feel that she got screwed over in WWE when she was the tag champ? Yeah, they were using her as enhancement talent. That you don't do that with somebody who's holding a belt for you. They fucked
Yeah,
her.
I mean, God's sakes! Oh, for fuck's sakes! Like, could you imagine Charlotte Flair being put in that position of being a tag champ?
No. But back then, there was supposed to be, when they walked off, they were used as part of a triple threat, a 3-on-3, and they were not defending their belts. They were not being used for anything but to put another storyline over, and there was a trend going on back then.
I wonder
So
why.
they were right back then to be angry, but that was then. This is now. You think that you want me to believe that there's some sort of synergy going on back there? I highly doubt it. I don't know if they're talking shit about her backstage. I don't know if Willow Nightingale's going to just body slam her one time, but she seems completely separate from everything else going on back there with all the women. She doesn't cut any promos with the women unless they're in a maybe if they're fighting, and even then, she didn't cut a lot of promos with Tony Storm. She didn't do a lot of anything. She doesn't do much of anything.
She's horrible. She's horrible. She's a fucking money whore, and that's all she is. And
But in the ring, she does put on good matches. I don't like everything.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh, she's fucking horrible, dude.
I think she's decent.
Ugh.
I think she's decent. I'm not saying great. The right now the best woman wrestler is Io Sky.
And then the second best women's wrestler is this girl right here. As per Fightful, Jack Perry is not injured. He's at home. There were plans for Perry to return to AEW and have a feud with Kenny Omega last year, but plans got canceled. There have been some discussions about Perry's return to AEW. At the same time, there's no definitive plans in place for his comeback. Such a disappointing update for AEW and Jack Perry fans. So
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
What's the Jack Perry fan?
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Here's what he needs to do. He's only one thing that he can do that could get him back. Only one thing.
Go to NXT?
Yeah. Well, no, that wouldn't help him either. He needs to come back with Luchasaurus and go and just do a complete no explanation Jungle Boy Jack. That's it. He needs to just show up and be Jungle Boy Jack Perry again. The end.
So basically what you want is Shivani calling a match, and then all of a sudden him go, wait a minute, what is he doing here? And it's Marco Stunt walking down, and you get Marco Stunt, and the next week we get Luchasaurus, and the next week we get Jack Perry, and it's the the new Jurassic Order.
Yes. That's all he can do. That was the only time he mattered, is when he was Jungle Boy Jack Perry. When he became dark and brooding and had and by the way, they put him on the little school bus. I just didn't care. Oh, you feuded with CM Punk. Oh, you had a feud with Fragile Phil. Who gives a fuck? And it wasn't even on camera.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just gotta kiss the glass. Speaking of who cares, Eddie Kingston admitted he's not looking good for his participation at Forbidden Door, saying, I'm disappointed that it looks like, I'm just saying it now, it looks like I'm not going to be able to do Forbidden Door again. He explained that anyone with favorites, my favorite was always Forbidden Door. It's also just shit I like to do, shit I like, you know what I mean? Kingston shared the matches he had in mind, noting, I wanted to fight Shingo or Yua, which is one of the young lions they got there. There's coming up in a game. You know what I mean? Yuya's one I would love to fight. Shota. There's so many. Takashi. the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. I would love to fight them because he was trained by Kawada. Everyone knows my history with Kawada-san. Even with the uncertainty, he's holding out a little hope, saying, hopefully this comes out and I'm wrong and I'm actually at Forbidden Door fighting somebody. Thank you, Cesar Banano E on YouTube, for having poor man's Shawn Michaels there.
Right,
Who the fuck cares, right?
all right,
Am I
so
right?
I'm looking at a picture of a guy with chicken legs and a big sprawling gut. And I'm looking at this going, oh, and the big ridiculous, snowed in beard. And I'm going, why do I care about this? Like, I don't give two flying shits about this. I liked Eddie Kingston. He had the underdog thing. He's a New Yorker. He's got the whole fine. I liked it. Now you're gone. You either show up or you don't. I don't need to hear I may or I may. I don't want that. I want, are you coming? Okay, you're going to be there.
That's what she
No,
said.
no. Are you going to be there? Great. Cool. You show up. Ah, it's amazing. Great.
But Rob, he's so disappointed. He wanted to wrestle Godzilla and Fukunami and Guji Gaja Gugu and Togo.
I don't. Here's the thing. Don't tease me with a good time. Don't tease me with a bad time. If you're gonna do something, fucking do it. Just do it.
Like this guy.
Oh,
Zack Snyder has retired from pro wrestling. He'll be starting a trucking company. Hello. He just did it. He just retired. Just flat out on Soraya show said, I'm retired from wrestling. I'm going to start a trucking company. Did it. Why can't Eddie Kingston just do it? Just do that. Just start a fucking trucking company, dude.
Because he'll be hawking his truck at a fucking... he'll be stopping off at a pawn shop and go, hey, yo, bro, I got to hawk this fucking truck so I can get my wrestling gear back.
I got to wrestle Ichiro. Speaking of wrestling.
What the fuck is that?
That is Cobra Kai. And it is Paul Walter Hauser. He said this week, when you watch AEW, you're getting everything from luchadors to screwdrivers in the knee, legends, guys you never heard of, girls you never heard of. It's a little bit of everything. The beautiful buffet that Tony Khan has built here at AEW.
Well, clearly this guy likes buffets.
Well, he, in a recent interview with The Rep, he spoke about his newfound career and said that after his match against Matt Cardona, he wouldn't mind wrestling a couple more times a year. After my first match with Matthew Palmer, I told my wife, I'll probably do this 3-4 times a year, quarterly. And then after the Matt Cardona match, I think I said to my wife, I'm probably going to do half a dozen a year. I would love to be able to wrestle on average, maybe 10 times a year, or even once a month on average. If it's more than that, I would just have to make sure that I'm having enough time with my family. I'm getting paid enough to justify that. He added that he would consider signing a contract with AEW, TNA, or MLW. If TNA or AEW or MLW wanted to sign me, I would literally take that into consideration and be part of a contracted role somewhere. Jake Paul is right. Celebrities, stop. Stop. Logan Paul is right. Stop.
Logan Paul.
Stop. No more.
But wait a minute. You think that guy's a celebrity?
Cobra Kai. Please. So
that doesn't look like Cobra Kai. He looks like Cobra Pie.
He actually is, and I don't fucking know the company off the top of my head, but some indie company just put the fucking title on him. So that's where we are with it's like if a ninth rate David Arquette came into your independent wrestling show.
WCW, I remember that.
Yeah, but at least WCW was an actual company. He had the title, they had a movie, there was reasoning. And then, Arquette goes, you know what? Everyone gives me shit about that. I'm going to step into the ring. And Nick Gage almost kills him, in the wrestling match. But David fucking did it. He fucking, put his blood, sweat, and tears into it to prove that, I wasn't a one-trick pony. This dude is like a one-trick pony for, whatever reason. And apparently he was on commentary for Collision, and he was fucking awful. So there you go. So, Rob, I think the lesson is you got to catch up on your Cobra pie.
Well, there's a Denny's a block away from my house, and they have a cookie pie with whipped cream and a cup of coffee. And if I keep eating that shit, I'll look like this guy and get a belt opportunity. So shit, why not?
I'll get you that match at FSW. We'll get you the title at FSW if you put on 215 pounds.
Oh no, that's too high brow. I'm talking about this guy's promotion, Bloated Belt Wrestling. Get you the Bloated Belt Intercontinental Belt right there. Now the Intercontinental Belt comes with ham, eggs, sausage links, applewood smoked bacon.
So it's not the Intercontinental Belt, it's the Continental Belt.
Yeah. It's an Intercontinental Breakfast Belt. Now, on the Intercontinental Breakfast Belt platter, we're also including orange juice, your choice of coffee, pancakes, grits, griddle cakes, Johnny cakes, baby cakes, birthday cake, all for breakfast. And if you could survive that, then you get the Bloated Intercontinental Belt. You can find yours at any local Howard Johnson's on the I-95. Thank you.
Waffle House.
Price and participation may vary.
And from SummerSlam, Eli Knight got a tryout from Booker T's, company down there, Reality of Wrestling and Culture Inc. Good guy. So glad he got the opportunity at SummerSlam. And it's a shame that guys like Fatty McFatterson can go on TV and get him a belt because he's a celebrity, and these guys have to fucking try to make it to the big time. Ridiculous. It's like having to go to a comedy club and do sets, and then to have Fatty McFatterson just walk in and take your spot and just do it because he's on fucking Cobra Kai.
Ironically enough, there was somebody from Cobra Kai who did that. That's not a joke. That really did happen. Brett Ernst, and it wasn't, my spot. The guy, I wanted to do 10 minutes at a show, and I did the opening act, and then there was another theater afterwards, and I was like, all right, 10 minutes. I could squeeze in 10 minutes. I'm sure the guy could give me 10 minutes. The guy goes, no. He said no. I went, all right, fine. It is what it is. Who am I? Then the guy walks out, and he walks right past me. He goes, man, I just did an hour and 10 minutes. And I went, what? I looked at my watch, and the guy did an hour and 10 minutes. And I went,
and it wasn't Macho.
And it is the guy from Cobra Kai, the Italian guy from Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
so that didn't happen to me.
But it wasn't Macho. It wasn't Zabika. It was fucking that dude. That's awful. That's awful. But that leads to... All right, Mr. President.
You just blew out my eardrums, okay? We're going to have to declare martial law I'm going to my happy place.
We just have happy accidents.
And I was the happiest accident of all. Right, what do you got? What do we got to do? Oh no, I kill you.
I'm scared. I kill you.
All right, well, fine. Well, now I'm going to get the Matt Michaels doll.
Brilliant.
All right. So you want the Donald?
3. You had to know it was coming. Rule of 3.
Anyways, so disrespectful. We're going to send the National Guard, the Marines, the Army Rangers, the Army Corps of Ranger, Marine Engineers, the Space Force, the Star Force, the Starship Enterprise, the Starship Trump. There should be a Starship Trump. There should be a Starship Trump. I don't know why there wasn't a Starship Trump. I spoke to Gene Roddenberry before he died, and I said, Gene, you know, this is so sad. You've got the Starship Enterprise, but no Starship Trump, okay? I have the very best enterprises, the biggest enterprises, the most golden enterprises. It would have been a starship like never before seen. Believe me, okay? And we're going to be renaming it Cork Spar. We're going to be changing it to Trump Spar and Grill, Deep Space Nine. Trump Spar and Grill, Deep Space Nine, in honor of the Star Trek convention this week that was held at the Rio. And also, we're going to hold another event at the Rio. It's going to be Trump Freestyle Wrestling, TFW, okay? TFW. Otherwise known as the fuck wrestling, because when you see me in the ring, you're going to go, the fuck is this? This is a fucking amazing. The fuck wrestling, TFW, Trump Freestyle Wrestling, the fuck wrestling, where the best come to fuck and wrestle. We're looking into that. And then we're going to have real American beer, okay? Not real American beer, real American beer, not shitty Mexican beer with an American label, but good, high quality, rebranded China beer, okay? This is going to be Chinese beer like never before seen. And we will be serving this at all TFW shows. The fuck wrestling, Trump Freestyle Wrestling, okay? And it will be me and a lot of people. To get there, you have to take a small little plane, and it's going to be held at The National Guard is coming. The National Guard is going to be coming to a street near you. And it's going to be fascism like never before seen. We're going to put the F in fascism. Back to you.
And that Steve generously gave his time this week to
DJ up back in the booth so fine. White fuzzy slippers on the low-key rhyme. Spinning records till the break of dawn. And those slippers, he got it going on. Soft beats and faders never miss. In the booth, he's bringing bliss. White fuzz keeps him on track. Every beat, he's got your back. Oh, DJ Impact, feel the vibe. White fuzzy slippers every time. Groove is smooth, no fuss, no fight. In the lights, feel it right.
Ah, yes. Time for a quick social media dump. John Cena and WWE will re-release the You Can't See Me 20th anniversary celebration album on WWE Shop. Pretty sweet. That's a great album, especially if you're looking for white wrap that has a lot of cursing from a guy who is a kid hero. You know, those Make-A-Wish kids all better get a copy of that fucking new re-release. Speaking of 20 years, John Cena and RVD recently reunited nearly 20 years after their infamous ECW one night stand match. You still want to see those two go? Like maybe
Well,
Rob can be one of his last opponents.
Is Rob? How did he recover from his surgery?
Still good, man. Look, I mean, he's walking. So
Is he going to be in the ring again?
I doubt it. I don't know if he really has any desire to get back in the ring. Really. Yeah. I mean,
His last 2 or 3 matches in AEW were pretty damn good. The one he did against Swerve Strickland was great. He was running that match.
But it's been a while now, and I don't know.
He had hip surgery. He had a hip surgery, right?
He broke his hip. I think he fell and then he broke. I think it was his hip. So
that's for the type of he's very high impact. I don't know if he could do a 5-star frog splash with a messed up hip. That's
a picture here of Paul Heyman in the ring with Batista and Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar, and it says the only time the OVW class of 2002 were all standing in the ring at the same time. And Cryptism says no Cena, and the OVW4 says, do you really not get it? That's a thinker. Between those 4 guys, 47 world championships in WWE. Think about that. 47 championships.
Excuse me, those are my championships because I am number 47 champions. I am the 47 champion. It's true. It's true. I've got so many belts, okay? They wanted to tell him that he was the top guy at 17, just to not make him feel bad. You know, we did a nice thing for him. We really looked out for John Cena. We did such a nice, wonderful thing for him. But he would have to wrestle for the next 50 years to beat my record. It's true. It's so true.
Hurricane Helms said to Bronson Reed, as Bronson Reed said, acknowledge me as your tribal thief. Hurricane Helms said, the Reaper of Lost Souls.
No, SOLE.
Oh, man. Dominic Mysterio is the best. He responded to CM Punk's claim that Rhea dating him exposes the business as fake. Nothing kills the business more than someone thinking they're actually good enough to go fight in the UFC and get their ass beat, not once, but twice. If you want to talk about nothing kills the business more, just go watch CM Punk's fights in the UFC. You tell me what kills the business more. Let me call my friend Mickey Gall real quick and see what he thinks. Dominic cooked Punk here. I love those two going at it. It's just fun. Chelsea Green posted a picture of her with a white jacket with hearts, and Cardona said, why are you wearing Jimmy Hart's jacket? I love that. That was a great
I was cold.
I was cold, she said.
You know what else is cold?
Cardona said, I would have posted that. Bailey made WWE legend Victoria cry. Bailey, when I went to San Diego, the arena, Bailey said, hey, can I do the spider web at the spinning sidewalk slam? And I go, oh, please. I was like, I started to cry when Bailey did it. And then during the break, she came out, gave me a hug. She goes, I can't believe that you're watching one of my matches. And I was like, no, I can't believe you actually were doing a move and paying homage to me. Just a nice little story.
That's
You don't
nice.
see don't see a lot of that. Macaulay Culkin booking his wrestling dream match. I would do Shawn Michaels versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a ladder match. I would love to see Peak Andre the Giant versus Brock Lesnar in a Hoss match. I'd love to see an improv guy like CM Punk in a steel cage match against a guy who was so studious like Randy Savage. They would fucking hate each other. If I was booking a card, I think I would have a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad. He's got some good instincts.
Yeah. Ted Arcidi recently bought an MOC original LJN figure off of his off of eBay. And these people love seeing wrestlers embrace their figures, which is kind of cool to see Ted Arcidi, who at one point was the world's strongest man. Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly. Oh,
Mickey James, even better.
More Mickey James. Wearing a shirt that says The Godmother. And finally, Ken Lee 2006 said, "Why is fake fighting on my timeline? Pro wrestling is literally the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Please don't fake beat me up for this tweet." Jim Cornette replied, "Did anybody ask you, douchebag? Why are you on my Twitter knocking my business? I don't go to your job and slap the dick out of your mouth."
Well played, sir. Well played.
Oh, there you go. Brilliant. All right,
doesn't he usually have a tennis racket in his hand?
Yeah, of course he does.
Well, he just slapped the shit out of that shuttlecock.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's he Yvonne Lendled her. I don't know. I could have McEnroed it, but
all right.
All right, Rob.
This is where I talk about the shit I'm doing.
Yeah. You can talk about the shit that you're doing. Absolutely.
All right. On the 30th, looks like we're going to be in Pahrump, so that'll be a good show. And the following month, September, we've got 2 shows. Saturday the 27th, if I'm not mistaken, and then another one. I want to say the 26th. Let me look that up right quick. Actually, I'll bring those when we get closer to it. But end of September, end of August, we've got some shows. Need to get some more bookings out there. If you want Donald Trump, Obama, Cat Williams, anyone you can think of, I probably could do them, and I'll do it for $25 cameo, 1 minute. Any message you got, I'll record something and make it really special and personalized, and you'll be glad you did it. Thank you.
Yeah, and as Steve would say, thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight. Thank you to the men and women who serve the country. Thank you for your service. And RPP Sports, use code Vegas to save 10% for all your nutrition needs. Oh, there you go. Oh, Uncle Dave.
They held back on a lot of what they could do.
Yeah, we did. We did because, we didn't have Steve here. So, that's the glue right there. That's the glue. Cox.
Good night, everybody.
Did any of you have a great time tonight? Yeah.
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mic is glowing in the desert night. Matt Michaels leading with the swagger tight. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright. Rob Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.